everybody, and good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you all. Hey, it is your girl, Ruthie the Truth, your financial wellness coach, and your number one strategist for goal driven planning. And I know that y'all know what today is. It's the Wheel of Life Wednesday. Yes. Yes. So it is Wheel of Life Wednesday. And I have been a bit under the weather, you guys. So please forgive me if I'm not as energetic as I normally am. I'm just coming back to. Didn't get a chance to do my hair. But it's all good. We here, and that's what matters. So, yeah, tonight I was not able to get onto my Instagram. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, but I'm here live on YouTube, so hopefully you guys can hear me, see me, and yeah, hold on. Okay, all right. Um, so like I said, it's been a trying few weeks, but I'm here and I want to first thank every last one of you who have hit that follow and subscribe button. Thank you so much. That means the world to me that you guys will take time out to stay connected and share and subscribe and all of that good stuff. All right. So without further ado, let me introduce to you the Wheel of Life Wednesday workbook. All right. So this workbook is a comprehensive tool that helps with communication, specifically with the eight major categories in our life that are directly impacted by both our finances and our mental health. All right. So I will read the instructions to you. If you have not yet received this Wheel of Life Wednesday workbook, you can definitely check on Amazon. It is available today for you to purchase your copy. All right, so let me go over the steps. Step one is to find a trusted partner, family, friends. I'm sorry, whether it's a friend, family member, or significant other, to share this weekly experience with you. Then next, second is each of you will choose a color, preferably your favorite color, for those of you who are doing the physical workbook, to represent your response for each of the eight categories. All right. Then step three, you will take turns asking each other, how are you feeling? Right? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 representing the absolute worst you've ever felt in your life, and 10 representing the absolute best you've ever felt in your life. And and then you'll explain why you chose that number, if you choose to. No pressure. All right. And then the final step, step 4, is that once you have a number colored in for each category, you will follow up. You will use the follow-up questions to further elaborate on your will results for the week. All right. So those are the instructions, and this is the Wheel of Life, right? So the 8 categories are friends, health, and we break this. Health is subcategorized by mental health and physical health, family, fun, education, love life, personal growth, and career. All right, so those are the 8 major categories, and we will take our time to go through them together. All right, so, and I'm having some tech issues tonight, so I'm just going to do the digital version. All right, so the first category is friends. Friends, all right, and I'll put this back here. All right, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about your friends category for this week? All right, and let me see. My bad, y'all. I gotta see my screen here. I should have set this up a little bit better. All right, let me see. Perhaps I could do it on my phone. All right, so while you guys are typing your responses in the chat, I'll give my response. For this week, I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give my friends category, give it like a 7. Give it a 7. I haven't been feeling that great, and I definitely am super appreciative of those friends who have not only friends but financial colleagues who have taken the time out to reach out to me and check in on me, even when I wasn't able to check in publicly with everybody like I normally do. These past 2 weeks have made me realize that sometimes you have to take care of yourself, and if you don't, you're gonna burn out. And when you burn out, it's not gonna be fun. And yeah, I am recovering from burnout. And it's not fun at all, unfortunately. But I will say that this time has allowed me to do a lot of reflection that I otherwise would not have done if I did not experience this burning out process. So I must be grateful for that part because, you know, it's very important that we take time to really solidify our support systems. And I guess that this was a testament to really one explaining like how well this workbook works because without the workbook, nobody would have checked. A majority of people would not have checked in on me. The people who did check on me would not have checked in, or more than likely. So I would say that that's one thing. When people know that you have the workbook, they're more likely to check on you. All right, and then second, I would say is that yeah, you really need to take time out to assess who is in your support system, right? Because that is very important. When you don't have a solid support system, or if you have an outdated support system that's not necessarily able to support you at the level that you are at as you continue to grow, that is definitely an indicator that there's some spring cleaning that needs to be done and needs to be had. So it's very important to update your support system as often as you can, because as you continue to grow, you will need people who are growth oriented and are at the next level to help support you at that level, the next level that you're looking to get to. So so yeah, there's that part. Hold on, I'm trying to get to this thing. Okay. My apologies, y'all. Oh, and also I want to say happy birthday to all of the Tauruses out there. Um, I want to wish my baby boy and my baby girl a very happy and healthy birthday, belated birthday, publicly. They just recently celebrated their birthdays, and mine is coming up on Saturday. So I too will be celebrating a birthday. So for the past 2 weeks, everybody that I missed saying happy birthday to y'all. My voice is not where it needs to be right now, so I can't necessarily sing it like I normally will, but like I normally do. But I will try to find a way to like get an insert of what I used to have from like back in the day, and kind of play that for the live stream. I guess moving forward. So yeah, so seven good peeps checked in. All right, and just to give the definition, so a friend is a person that you know very well and share a bond of mutual non-sexual affection with. All right. These people are there for you during your times of joy, pain, and sorrow. All right. So that's the definition of the friends. All right. So the next category is health. Health. All right. And the first subcategory is mental health. All right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about your mental health for this week? And while you guys are typing your answers in the chat, I don't know if I could see it. Yeah, I don't know if I allowed it to. I don't know. Anyway, you can also leave a comment below. While you guys are giving your response for this week, I'll read the definition and I'll give you mine. All right. So mental health is a person's state of mind and emotional well-being. And I must say, on a scale of 1 to 10, my mental health category for this week is at like a 4, right? And it was actually lower these past 2 weeks because it was just a lot going on in my life, particularly. And, it was just very difficult to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I basically realized I need a me for me every now and again. So yeah, I'm working on that as we speak because yeah, it's important to have a go-to person that's going to take the time out to stay connected with you, and it really uplifts you in your time of need. Yeah, so my my paternal grandmother passed away recently, as well as like some other situations happening within my family and safety issues and just me not feeling well. Like everything was just happening all at once. So, I'm here, still here. I'm doing better. And pray for me, y'all. Pray for my situation. And yeah, and my bereaved family as we navigate all of this loss that we're going through this year. Um, yeah. So um, the next category is physical health. Physical health. All right. So the next subcategory of health is physical health. All right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about your physical health for this week? And I'll read the definition. So, physical health is a person's state of being with regards to their organs and body system functions. All right. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about your physical health for this week? For myself, I would say I'm at a 5. You know, I have not feeling my best, but I'm not feeling my worst. So, there's that part. Um and okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, why the chat is not working. I don't know if it's possible to leave comments. I don't know. I don't know. I was just, yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. Um, Hopefully next week I'll be in better shape all around. We'll see. Uh, so yeah. All right. So I guess I'll just be giving my response because I don't know exactly how to. Yeah, I don't even want to start playing with this thing and then mess something up. Yeah. I don't know. You can definitely leave a comment if you can that you were here at this live during the live stream, and I'll try to find a way to connect with you guys offline to do the official check-in on your end. All right. All right. So the next category is family. Family. On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about your family category for this week? All right. And I'll read the definition. So, family are people who are there for you in your time of need, joy, and sorrow. They help you to grow and to figure out who you really are. All right. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about your family category for this week? Um, for me, I would say, you know, my family category is I'm at a 5. I'm at a 5. Not the best, but not the worst. So, um, yeah. And I realized that, sometimes when death comes, um, everybody handles it differently, and especially depending on the level of relationship that they have with the deceased and or those who have survived the deceased. So yeah, I would say my family has definitely taught me quite a bit um, about how that whole thing works, and especially when finances are involved. So yeah, it's an interesting. It has been a very interesting experience to learn the different generational norms and or the unspoken norms of one generation to another, which I've done some research and I've gone deeper into this for my Dads and Grads Academy. I've literally created one of the 8 weeks exclusively to ages and stages, like generational norms 101, because I realized that, as we speak on financial wellness, a lot of financial habits and financial norms and financial expectations are centered around family dynamics, believe it or not. I mean, maybe y'all knew that. Some things I'm learning new. But yeah, the family dynamic definitely has a major impact on, oh, excuse me, your financial decisions, financial values, and financial expectations. So Food for thought for anybody who is going through that. Especially, I know there's the sandwich generation out there who may have baby boomer parents and Gen Z children, or Gen Alpha, whichever, and Gen X parents. Like, there are definitely different financial norms across each generation that the previous generation is not aware of. And it's very important because there needs to be clarity on what those expectations are. I know some people will say, oh, there should be no expectations, but there are always expectations, because otherwise, what would inheritance be? There will be no such thing as inheritance, generational wealth, none of that stuff would exist without detailed expectations. So yeah, anybody who may be going through that right now, I highly encourage you to to navigate that part. And as soon as I have the dads and grads, the online version uploaded that week, specifically that topic, I'll be sure to let you guys know. I believe I put my Substack newsletter link in the description box, or if not, I will. So that way you guys can subscribe to my newsletter and get notifications when I update Dads and Grads Academy info. All right. All right. So the next category is fun. Fun. All right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm sorry, let me read the definition first. So, fun, also known as recreation, involves one or more activities of enjoyment, amusement, or light-hearted pleasure. All right. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about your fun category for this week? And since I've been informed that the chat is disabled, my apologies, y'all. I didn't even know that was a possibility to do that. I'll just give my response. So my fun level, I would say, is at a 3 out of 10 this week. Just dealing with a lot, and trying to keep myself healthy in the process. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, but I am, this time has definitely allowed me to focus on the community portion of making sure that I stay connected with my community, so that way, if ever there are times where I will not be able to come on live because life is lifing, I can communicate that easily through my newsletter, and you guys will get it right away. So yeah, this time it has been dedicated specifically to the community, and being intentional about effectively communicating with the community, and in general with anybody and everybody that I do communicate with. So yeah, the silver lining. All right. The next category is education. Education. So, education is the process of receiving or giving systematic instructions, typically at a school or university, but most recently online. There's a lot of online stuff out there for the purposes of enlightenment. All right. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about your education category for this week? For me, I would say I'm at a 6 out of 10 this week. I was referred a book that I started reading it on Libby. Shout out to About That Wallet for putting me on to that, and Budget Nista. Although it just gives a sample, so I'm not sure how to access the full version of it, because it doesn't seem like it's available in my local library. index, but I guess I could ask y'all later. But it's called The Bulletproof Husband. And I forget who the author is, but it's pretty interesting. Just reading through the different stories and family dynamics. Like it literally speaks about family dynamics and how the family dynamic has an impact on everything, on your development and especially personal growth. So I don't want to give too much of it away. You guys could. I know you guys are good at Googling, so just Google or go on Amazon and type in The Bulletproof Husband. And this is especially this is an especially great resource for all of you fellas out there, whether you are husbands or not. The younger gentlemen, like, my son is just, he's getting deeper into his teenage years. And so part of this reading is for the purposes of kind of figuring out what's going on in his world, because obviously the boys are not going to tell their mother everything, and so it's my duty as a mom to try to figure it out as best I can. And this book is helping in that process. Just learning how young boys internalize the different changes that they go through in their childhood, and how that unfolds leading into adulthood and eventually marriage at some point, etc., etc., etc. So, if you have not read that book, I highly encourage you. To all the fellas out there and to the moms of teenage boys, you're welcome. Shout out to Jay Massey for the reference. So I appreciate you, Jay. All right. So yes, that's my response for this week. And the next category is personal growth. Personal growth. All right. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about your personal growth category for this week? And I'll read the definition, then give my response. So, personal growth is the process of an individual becoming aware of themselves entirely, followed by taking the steps to address their behaviors, attitudes, values, actions, and habits that they wish to change. All right? Very important. This is another thing I would say. So on a scale of 1 to 10, let me finish one thought at a time. How are you feeling about your personal growth category for this week? And I would say, for me, having reached out to so many dads and grads within the community and supporters of the dads and grads community, you got a lot of you guys have been doing a lot of personal growth work. Oh my goodness. Like, you guys are, I mean, I say it all the time that y'all are amazing, but like, you really are amazing. And this is why I definitely need y'all to be tapped into the newsletter, because I will be hosting group events. It will be virtual until I can like find venues or sponsors, really sponsors, because I want to be able to feed y'all. And so if y'all know any sponsors that are willing, or restaurants, or wherever you're local to, any vendors that are willing to feed the dads and grads, y'all let me know, and that way I could make some arrangements because you guys have really been pouring into me in ways that I were completely unexpected, and I appreciate you guys. I appreciate y'all, and I know the cost of food is going up crazy. So sponsorships for that, I'm sure would be like the more than enough of compensation. I know that's not the word I was trying to use. That's not the word I'm thinking of, but whatever. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. And yeah, yeah. You guys have been doing a lot of personal growth, and you made me realize that the further I go into this, the more I realize that working with dads and grads who focus on personal growth is very important. Like, I some of the people that are in the following are just not there, and not even so much that they can't be there, they don't want to be there. And it's very important to not put my energy into people, dads and grads who don't want to grow on a personal level, because there's no way they're going to change. Like, they're just, it's not, there's nothing I can do with my Ruthie the Truth method, with the Will of Life workbook. Like, none of that works if you don't want to put the work into yourself, or at least begin that process. So, and I was able to tell a difference because the ones who put the work in, y'all checked in, and I'm like, okay, I see y'all, and y'all gave me a lot of resources that I did not realize were available. So I appreciate y'all. And I would say because of you all reaching out and checking in with me unsolicited, I would give it my personal growth category for this week an 8 out of 10. Yeah, because you guys like really, really helped me get through a really difficult time. Still helping me because y'all still are checking in and y'all still are sending me resources. So I appreciate I appreciate the encouragement to keep going because it does get discouraging with a majority of the people that that I encounter. They don't believe in dads and grad, like they don't believe it makes sense to care, like for whatever reason. I think mainly because there are a lot of people who don't do the personal growth and they don't see like I don't have the numbers that I need yet to show that this is an impactful mission. And not only that, but as a social enterprise, that there is a revenue that can be generated from it. So yeah, that's the next step. That's the next level. But subscribing to the newsletter at least helps me have an ethical way of keeping track of the 800 number. I was trying to figure that out prior to, but I finally figured it out after these 2 weeks of just kind of being in solitude. So yeah, that is my response. For personal growth. The next category is love life. Love life. All right. And this is another one of those categories that are divided into two subcategories. So the first subcategory is self love. All right. So self love is the act of treating yourself with kindness and respect, nurturing your growth and your well being. All right. And I would say, I'll be honest with y'all, the past 2 weeks, I was at like a 1 out of 10 in this category. But this week, I can honestly say that after the growth, after this like personal growth pouring, I guess that's what you call it. I was able to really, you know, take time to really acknowledge me, acknowledge all of this work that has been put into creating this community, the sacrifices that I've made, not only for myself, but for others. And yeah, and like treating myself better, giving myself the credit that I know y'all told me this before, but is was has been difficult for me to acknowledge myself because I I always want to make sure that it doesn't get misconstrued with like a negative connotation, like um I I want to make sure that it's it's positive, like I mean, you guys already know, I'm sure, though if you know, you know, so I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I never wanted to be boastful, but I realized sometimes you have to brag. Like, that's a thing, because people will try to humble you because you can do good but just never better than them, and they will take you down if you allow them to, and they will attack you and they will sabotage you if you let them. So bragging is definitely a part of, like, bragging on your brand and bragging on your business. Like, that is the heartbeat of your business, and it's not to get it misconstrued with anything negative. And sometimes you got to know when to turn humility on and off. And yeah, when you doing it, you doing it, and that's it. Like, period, point blank, period. So yeah, because that helps your self-love journey in the process. So I would say 7 out of 10 for this week, because I've been working on my brag book. Yeah, put a brag chapter in there, just to just the reflection on so many things, that so many accomplishments that I just look way past, beyond it, and don't give enough credit for. But I appreciate y'all, because y'all showing me that, like, something as simple as consistency. Not being on for 2 weeks was killing me, but I needed that time for me, and part of that was due to the fact that I have not been doing the self-care that I need to do. So I have to figure out the balance, and secure the community, so y'all know, like, I may have to drop this down to once a week publicly, and then like, reconfigure my schedule, because yeah, I can't not take care of myself. That's not gonna work, because I can't show up if I don't take care of myself. And I had to learn that the hard way, unfortunately. But I'm here, so that's what matters most. Um, all right, so the second subcategory for love life is romantic love. And romantic love is the act of courtship behaviors of one person to express their overall feelings of attraction towards another. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about your romantic love life for this week? And since I know the chat is off, I'm just going to give my response. Sorry, y'all. You can put it in the comments. Hopefully, I have to figure out how to. Hopefully, you could put it in the comments after the live is over. Um, for this category, I'm 5. Neutral. Um, yeah, just neutral. And you know what's so interesting too? These past 2 weeks made me realize, like, why sometimes y'all just don't want to give the answer why. Because it's very these are feeling very exposed to and vulnerable, and I get it now. I didn't get it at first, because I'm like, oh, like, just being my super extra Ruthie the truth. But when you're not feeling that great, and like it's a lot more challenging to communicate that, because who wants to not feel great and profess that they don't feel great? Like nobody does that. So it is what it is. But I get it now. Just FYI for all of you guys out there that I was trying to, like, I mean, I said no pressure, but like sometimes I realize on the live stream I'm like kind of pushing to find out why. But it truly is no pressure. And this is why I want to limit the public side of this to once a month. So that way we can do check-ins on a more not so exposed level, and really allow you to the safe space for you to share what you like, your truth, you know so I get it. All right, the last category for the Wheel of Life Wednesday check-in is career. All right. And a career is an occupation undertaken for a significant period of a person's life in which opportunities for progression exist. All right. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about your career category for this week? And I would say on my end, my career category, I'm at a 3 this week, y'all. 3 out of 10. Because every time something happens to me, I fall further and further behind with staying on track with what I'm supposed to be doing. And that has not been good for business at all. And yeah, it's not looking good. So I'm doing my best to regain my footing, and unfortunately, I have to take time away from what I normally do, the consistency of what I'm used to normally doing, to like really get myself together. And to be honest with y'all, like 2025 is just one of those years where I feel it. Like I am falling apart. and and that's not good because I've been neglecting myself, and I am realizing I need to stop neglecting myself because my body is telling me like, yo, you doing too much. So yes, I will be taking a hiatus because I need to get myself back on track so I could be good to show up for you guys the way I love to show up for y'all, in that capacity, because this ain't it. Yeah. This ain't it. Like I need to make sure I'm good for y'all. So yeah, hiatus is coming soon. Um I'm trying to push it at least until the end of June, so that way, like y'all can have the first 6 months. Even though I missed time in February, I missed time in May. Yeah, I don't know. I'm figuring it out little by little. But newsletter, subscribe to the newsletter, and you will get updates on what's happening and when, how, why, all of that. So yeah, focusing on the newsletter this year, y'all. So y'all can stay tapped in and I can stay connected, even with my hiatus, my public hiatus. All right. So yeah, that is the conclusion of the Wheel of Life Wednesday check-in. And the follow-up questions. Number one, moving forward, describe your number one financial goal for 2025. And if y'all know what my goal is, for 2025, my financial goal, I want you to type it in the chat as soon as this live stream ends. I'm not going to say it in this live stream because I want to see who's actually paying attention. And if that means you have to go to a previous live stream, then there you go. Go to the previous live stream and yes, and type it in the chat. Type it in the comments. Um, I'm going to type it here and yep, boom. Uh, which one of the following, the second follow-up question, which of the following categories do you feel is holding you back the most financially? All right, this also. Um, I'm going to type my answer. You could check previous live streams to figure out what that answer is because I'm very consistent, so not much has changed. Yeah, that part. And then the third follow-up question is, what action plan are you going to execute this week to work towards the category that you selected? And now the action plan, there's 3 levels of the action plan. There's hard, the hard level, easy level, and fun level. All right. So I'm gonna just put see previous live stream. Response. And that's my responses for this week because, again, I want to see who's paying attention. I feel like the teachers. You know how the teachers like, who's paying attention? But I really do because, yeah, it's a real thing, y'all. And I really need to know, like, who's really paying attention, who's really in it to win it. And, yeah. All right, cool. And then I'll just swipe to send me a copy of my response and then hit submit. Boo. Cool. All right. And that officially concludes tonight's episode of live stream of the Wheel of Life Wednesday check-in. I hope that you all have hit the like button if you liked this live stream. And if you didn't, tell me why you didn't like it. You know, just put it in the comments. But either way, I want to know what the response is. All right. And also, I want to say thank you all so much for sticking with me to the very end. And be sure to share this live stream with dad and grad that you know within your local community so that way we can reach the 800 number for 2025. All right. I hope that you are well, and if not, I pray that you get better. And I look forward to seeing you all next time.